You cannot heal the pain you refuse to acknowledge. Avoiding it isn't going to make it go away. Time isn't going to really help you. It's only going to make it get much worse. And lying to yourself about whatever it is probably the worst thing that you can do when it comes to your pain, because you see, when you allow it to linger and you don't acknowledge it, you don't fix it, you don't allow yourself to feel it, it goes in your womb and it will show up in ways that you are so not ready for. And by the time it shows up physically or mentally, you might be wondering, like, why do I feel this way? What I want you to know is that unfelt pain doesn't go away. It just disguises itself, showing up as different things. It could be that you're super controlling, that you're attached, that you're really irritable, that you're really moody, that you self isolate, that you self sabotage, that you have a string of bad luck. Or it could be you get sick, because when you are harboring and letting stuff fester, pain fester, it starts materializing and showing up in your body, which is really, really not okay. See, the thing is, in order to really heal, you have to give yourself permission to heal. But in order for you to give yourself permission, you have to feel safe enough to heal. You have to feel safe enough in your environment. You have to feel grounded enough in yourself to be honest with yourself and to allow yourself to feel those things. And you might be like, well, I don't want to feel bad. But you are. You are feeling bad on a daily basis. You are feeling so much worse on a daily basis because you're harboring things within yourself that you refuse to acknowledge, you refuse to hold as true, or you refuse to see about yourself because you don't want to do the hard work that it could take to really reverse those trends or habits or subconscious. A lot of stuff is subconscious, y'all. That's another thing. So like I know, like, particular situations, like, for example, I have a bad habit of looking at my phone and texting and driving. It's very subconscious. I find myself getting up my phone and just and like my family is on me. And like now, because it's such an unconscious pattern and habit of mine, I have to, when I get in a car, I say to myself, don't look at your phone. I have to retrain myself how to do it. And that's how we have to do all of our healing in different regards. Like, you're like, okay, well, that was just an example of an unconscious habit. When it comes to pain, it gets even more amplified, right? Like, for example, the fear of rejection or being rejected, painful. And for me personally, I have been experiencing a form of rejection since I was a very young child. I, at the time, did not have the resources as a child growing up in poverty or the support system at the time to be in therapy to understand what that pain would mean for me as an adult, or how that could possibly affect myself in my selection of relationships and connections, where the intimate partners, all kinds of connections, whether it's work, as well as how that would then carry on to how I engage my own children. And I had to, unfortunately, firsthand experience that pain from my childhood over and over and over and over again throughout all phases of my life, because I never had the opportunity as a younger child to really feel that pain. And then once I felt it, to release it, because you have to release that pain. You cannot hold on to it, or it will keep showing up and presenting with different people and at different times throughout your life for different reasons. And now, because I have seen that that's an issue and I understand how it's harmed myself and others, and I see now how it shows up in my life at different phases and different cycles, because I acknowledge it, when I see myself trending back toward that same loop or habit, I can say, hey, you're going back that way again. And I can take actions to ensure that I don't, so that I don't keep on going in that whole lack, rejection, fear of rejection mindset, which has led to me people pleasing, overcompensating, self sacrificing, self sabotaging over and over again. I just want to give you, like when I do these talks, I just want to give you real life examples so that if you see something similar happening in your life of pain, for example, you can try to one, see that it, like, just like if there's a pattern going on or bad luck or just different situations that just keep on making you feel stuck, ask yourself, what is at the root of this? What is the lesson? What is the habit? What is the programming at the root of what is causing this within myself? Why? Rather than saying everyone else is against me, everyone else is causing this. No. What is happening at the root of this that is causing it? Is a fear of rejection? Is a fear of not having control? Is it is it not feeling included? Is it feeling excluded? Is it, like, what is it? What is driving you to feel this way? And I want you to just take a look at that and just don't do anything drastic. I just want you to think about it and then let it process and then allow yourself to feel. Like, for example, I'll give you another real life example. This necklace right here. One of my dear friends recommended that I get this crystal for lapis lazuli. And when I put on the necklace, it brought back a painful moment that happened this last summer where someone who was highly religious and who was close to me doesn't understand my spirituality and doesn't understand that I am well attention of light and love, and they associated it with the occult. And they threw away all my crystals. I had crystals that I had bought, and I have a special relationship now with crystals. And I had done a blessing for the houses under the tribe of Jacob. And the person threw away my stuff, and like I had never allowed myself to feel the pain that because I was really like, those things cost money for those of you who actually go out there and look for crystals. Like, they cost money, but also it was the meaning of all the energy work I had done, my own energy imprint, my own field on those crystals. And I don't think that, like, what ended up happening, the inadvertent thing, that my response to it, because I didn't stop, because I was caught up. It was an insane situation happening with that person. I couldn't process what was going on at the time. But because I never stopped to allow myself to feel being upset about that, I ended up not buying any more crystals, and I stopped working with crystals to do any of my energy work anymore. Like, I just totally removed them from my view because I was so upset, and like I'm sure I was like self-internalizing some of that negative feedback, including people asking me about my relationship with God and making me feel insufficient. So, if anything like this has happened to you, and like I said, I just gave you two examples just so that you can see how you can yourself begin to digest this and allow yourself to feel so that you can be happy. Don't let it drag you down. All praise to the Most High God. Love to the Mother.